You're doing the work, but still feel like something's missing. You're stuck in old patterns of overgiving, doubting yourself, and shrinking. The truth, most of the women that I work with, they're not lacking tools. They're lacking self-worth. And without it, your body does not feel safe receiving love, abundance, rest, or support. So let's talk about it. Welcome back, everybody, to day number 42 of the 100 Days of Alignment. We are entering week 7, talking all about deservability and receiving. Because the cornerstone of stepping into our feminine energy is embracing our own self-worth. Growing up, so many of us learned that we had to earn our love. We engaged in old patterns of the good girl, peacekeeping, playing small, or overachieving in order to feel like we were worthy to receive love, validation, or permission. And that energy still lives in our bodies. We still believe that we have to go outside of ourselves in order to feel worthy. And this patterning is something that is so important, not only for us to become aware of and to begin noticing, but also to begin shifting. Because the true skill set is learning how to self-source the love, validation, approval, and permission in your own life. We have to learn how to pull our energy, attention, and power back into our own bodies. We have to give to ourselves first. We have to prioritize ourselves and our own needs and really work to stop self-abandoning. And a part of this skill set is being able to see ourselves as the main character in our own lives. We have to put ourselves up on the pedestal and begin focusing on ourselves first and foremost and meeting our own needs. And this is something that so many of the women that I have worked with struggle with because they are so conditioned around meeting the needs of others first and looking outside of themselves, that when they start to pull that back and plug up the energetic leaks and start really coming back and becoming present in their own bodies, their nervous system dysregulates because it doesn't feel safe. It feels very unfamiliar, and a lot of discomfort starts to come up. And so we really have to begin practicing being the own source of our self-worth. And the more that we can use our tools of visualization and um, affirming and the statements of truth and really anchoring in the belief that we are worthy and deserving, and that, really stepping into the identity of a woman who has insane self-worth, who believes that she is worthy and deserving of anything her heart desires, and that she can actually receive it just by being. She can attract it and magnetize it and pull it into her life. She doesn't have to go chase it or work hard for it or change or fix herself in any way. She is absolutely worthy and deserving in this moment right now, exactly as she is. That feels like a very scary concept to most of us because we believe that we do need to fix ourselves or change ourselves, or we tell the story of if this or when this, then this. So when I lose 10 pounds, then I'll be worthy. When I get that higher paying job, then I'll be worthy. When I'm able to balance my life and, meet the needs of my family and of my career, then I'll be worthy. We keep delaying it because we feel like we still have to achieve something first. And that is a fallacy, and it's keeping us stuck in these old patterns. And so we really have to learn how to practice right now feeling worthy. And as we talked about in the last video, we can feel any emotion in this moment. That's the beauty of our human consciousness and our emotional guidance system, is that we don't actually have to achieve anything to feel a certain feeling. We have the capacity to feel anything in this moment right now. And so start practicing. What would it feel like to feel really worthy and deserving? How would that feel in your body? And start visualizing yourself as that woman now. And then pull out your journal and start asking these questions. If I felt truly worthy, how would I show up in my life? What would be different? If I knew that I deserved love, abundance, support, how would I move through my day? What thoughts would I have? What beliefs would I have about myself and my capabilities? What would I believe is possible? Then ask yourself, where am I looking for permission outside of myself? Where am I looking for validation from others? And then ask, and how can I give more of it to myself? And then once we've identified those things, work on the embodiment of doing it. Start giving yourself the permission. Start giving yourself the validation. Start feeling like you're worthy and deserving right now in this very moment. Really work to challenge those beliefs that tell you that you need to change or fix yourself first. And the things that you believe you need to change or fix, make sure that you're identifying those things and writing them down, because those relate to limiting beliefs that were instilled with you in childhood, that, you need to be thinner or more beautiful or more, more successful, or that you need to be doing more. Those are the things that are holding you in these patterns. And the more aware we become of ourselves, and the more we start to notice with kindness and curiosity, never judgment or criticism, the easier it will be for us to be able to shift those dynamics in our life. Because a lot of this is subconscious. We don't even recognize that that is what is happening. And a lot of us consciously believe we are worthy and deserving in some ways in our lives. And yet we still have that not enoughness in our bodies. And it makes us feel like it's not safe to receive. It's not safe to slow down or to relax. And that's something that, through our patterns of self-abandonment and overachieving, we feel restless when we try and slow down. We feel that urgency come up in our bodies when we try to relax. It feels hard to relax, because even if we're sitting down or trying to rest or trying to relax, our minds, then the mental energy gets really, really active, of like the to-do lists and all the things that we need to do, and all of those things that we need to be focusing on, or, that's when all that energy kicks up. Because even when we kind of force ourselves to slow down physically, then it just moves into the mental energy, and that, we become ruminative. Our thoughts start looping. We start going into, all of those thinking patterns. But this is something that we can heal. We can absolutely heal this. And the more that we believe we can heal it, and the more that we just start practicing it, we're not going to get it every time, because these patterns have been downloaded within us, and we've been functioning from this state subconsciously for decades, most of us. And so when we become aware of it, we immediately shift it. When we have outsourced our energy and are looking outside of ourselves for love or approval or permission or validation or any of it, in that moment, that's a moment of self-definition where we pull the energy back and we decide, no, I'm just going to give it to myself. And the more you do start giving it to yourself, the more magnetic you will become. And things will just start flowing into your life. You will see that once you are able to really I say open your heart, but just like relax into it and your nervous system starts to regulate and feel safe receiving, things will just start coming into your life and you will just start noticing that you don't actually have to chase it. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to fix yourself. You just have to know that you are worthy and deserving of it right now. It's powerful, guys. This is very powerful stuff. And I don't want you to overlook it because it seems very, it can feel very surface level. Like, well, yeah, of course I need to feel worthy and deserving. But it's not just knowing it. This is the knowing doing gap. Knowing that we need to feel self-worth or knowing we should feel worthy isn't the same as actually doing the work to embody the energy of worth and value in our bodies and in our belief systems and in our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is our body. They are the same. And the subconscious is the 95%. So the more that you work on regulating around your worth and value and around receiving and relaxing and slowing down and believing that that is the way to the most fulfilling life and that you are deserving of it, the more quickly it will transform your life. And not that we're looking at a timeline here, because time is an illusion. And I think a lot of us get into that trap a lot of times too, where we feel like we don't have enough time. That's something that keeps the urgency and restlessness inside of us and makes us believe that we need to work harder for things. And this is something I have also struggled with. Time scarcity is something I am working on and I'm aware of. I'm aware of it in my field. I know that it's something that um, I'm still working to heal because I have those old patterns as well. And so be aware of that when you start having thoughts or beliefs around lack of time or lack of resources or lack of energy. Any lack energy within you, we want to begin to shift that. Start looking around and affirming how abundant you are in your life and not just with money. Abundance is an abundance of love, an abundance of time, an abundance of resources, an abundance of energy, abundance of opportunities for all things. And being truly in feminine energy is feeling an overflow. It's an abundant energy. It's also an open and spacious energy. It's an energy of receiving. And at its core, it's an energy of worthiness and deservability. So this week, become aware of yourself and begin to really, really bolster your self-worth. Affirm it, embody it, believe it. And when you notice that you're looking outside of yourself for any of those aspects related to self-worth, just begin to ask yourself, how can I give more of this to myself? And watch your life transform. I'll talk to you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.